Hey folks, Paul Seabrook from Seabrook Law. Just running over something, wanted to share it with you guys. So we get this question a lot. You were doing divorce work here in the Bay Area, and this happens a lot. Towards the end of the marriage, one of the things that'll start happening is one spouse will start to rack up some debts. And sometimes when the divorce begins to, the proceeding begins and we start to get into what's going to happen in the divorce, all of a sudden you start looking at some credit card statements or you start looking at some other debts that you maybe you didn't know about, or maybe you did know about, and all of a sudden you think you should be reimbursed for them. I want to share with you guys a case, marriage of Stitt. This is a 1983 case. And this is where one spouse was actually held by the court to pay one of her debts. She had actually embezzled from her employer, and it was during the marriage. And she ended up being sued by the employer, and they settled on an amount. And there were attorney's fees associated with that as well. And the wife tried to have the community pay the debt, and she argued that it was a community property debt. But the husband prevailed, and the husband argued that this was basically criminal conduct and that the marriage did not benefit from this. Okay, so the wife took all the money and kept all the money. And so in those facts, he was able to pin that debt on her. Okay, now there's been some rulings on these issues since then. You're not going to get, if somebody's been maybe a little imprudent with money during the marriage and it's just been ongoing and ongoing, then you're going to kind of have to eat that cost. You're not going to be able to, if somebody's just an overspender and you married that person, you're probably going to have to live with the consequences of those decisions. But if there's definitely some criminal wrongdoing or something that is just a complete violation of their duties to the community, then you can make the argument. Of course, if ever you're going to put these issues before the court, you got to factor in how much is it going to cost you to present this issue to the judge and win, okay? Because you could lose too. So, I'm of the belief you ought to get out of family court as quickly as you can, as fast as you can, and let stuff go so you can get on with the new life, unless it's a serious amount that forces you to litigate. Other than that, guys, yeah, the overspender is not going to have to pay it all back. Okay, careful who you marry. Paul Seabrook with Seabrook Law.